Hi, and welcome back to my channel. The other day I posted a video and I showed how I took the Vivid Melodies collection and I demonstrated the Capri Blue, and I took that and I made it into a bigger scrapbooking kit where I pulled other items from my stash. And I'll insert a photo right here so you can see that collection. When I went through that kit building experience, I took inspiration from the paper pack, and then I pulled out some additional pattern paper and some cardstock and some mat cards. And then my goal was to incorporate, now this kit did come with border stickers and embellishments, but I kind of set a challenge for myself and decided I wanted to add at least one additional piece of embellishment from my stash, and like a unique piece. So in that blue one, I added cork pieces, things like that. So and then I did the exact same thing for the other 3 paper kits that came in the Vivid Melodies collection. And so I had asked in that video if anybody was interested to see my other 3 collections to let me know. And I had several of you reach out and ask me to show you what I put in the other kits. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to start here with the Butterscotch collection. I love that name. I think it's perfect for this collection. And let me start off by saying that each of the collections have the same type of pattern paper. So for example, we have the bold flowers on this print, and you're going to have that same bold flower in the blue, in the Jazberry, and in the lime tart. Okay, so they all have the same. Here we have petite flowers. Again, you're going to see petite flowers, this same petite flower print in all 4 colors. Okay, and you'll see one big bold flower print in each collection as well. Okay, so that's one reason why I love these paper packs. I love the colors and the brightness of it all. I can't wait to dig in and cut into this. But I did feel like I was going to need to add some more to the collection in order for me to stay enthusiastic about it and want to pull this out and scrap with it. And I also thought it would make it a lot easier for me just to grab my project folder and pull out the supplies that I've already matched up to it. Okay. So I did the same thing, the same format for all of them by picking additional pattern paper, cardstock, embellishments, mat cards, and so on. So let me go ahead and get started on this one. So I've kind of spread out the papers here so you can see them at a glance and how beautiful they are. Then for the additional pattern paper for the Butterscotch collection, I decided to reach for more green. I feel like green goes with all of them because they all have green along with the flower prints that are already included in here. And probably what I maybe should have done is to take the lime tart and then just spread that through the other 3, but I didn't do that. I made a lime tart its own kit. In that case, I had to go pull more green, and I happened to have this. It's called Cool and Candid. This was a promotional kit a few months ago, but I thought it's perfect for what we want to do with this Butterscotch kit. These greens are just dark and rich and beautiful. And actually, I'm so excited to pull this collection out and use it. Here's another plaid. Here's some ombre stripes. That's really different. It's beautiful. And then this piece on the back side is black, but I thought that was a little too dark, but I have the choices because I'll keep this in here. But what I really pulled it out for was the cameras. So it was called Cool and Candid, and so it had the cameras. I really enjoyed that print, so included that. And now for the cardstocks that I pulled in. So I'm going to show you one piece of each, but I did actually pull in 2 pieces of each. I just didn't mention that in the Capri Blue video. Okay, but I do have 2 pieces of each. So I have white, and of course these are not the only things I'm going to use with this collection, but I feel like it's a good start, and maybe I could pull the collection out and not have to get up. I'm not limiting myself to just this. I can go and pull the other items from my stash or go get more paper if I need to. Okay, so we have white, and then again, I pulled in the craft color. I pulled in craft with all 4 collections because I thought it was a great neutral to add, especially with these floral prints. And this time I did pull in some black because I have my cameras. Pattern papers have black in them as well. But this time I thought I would try and tone down that black a little, and I brought in some navy blue. So we'll see. I don't have a lot of navy blue in this collection, so maybe I'll have to add some more. And then I pulled in another piece of this parakeet shimmer paper. It's just gorgeous, and of course it goes so well with our color tones. So along with that, I pulled in a piece of orange shimmer paper. And then goldenrod was another cardstock I pulled in. And then I also added 2 pieces of wood grain paper. Okay, I feel like wood grain goes with all these kits as well. Okay, so that's our paper. Let me pull these down so you can see everything. Okay, let me show you what I pulled for mat cards. Again, I just reached into my stash and tried to find colors that went along with the collection. Okay, so green. Oh, and that one happens to be yellow on the other side, so that was a bonus. Yellow on both sides. Another green one. Probably won't use that side. I picked it for the green on that one. Yellow. That one's not too bad, depending on what I do, but not my favorite. I do like the yellow side. And then a brown or crafty color one on both sides. And then this green one as well. Okay. And then I did also, for each collection, I decided to go in and pull in some vintage journaling cards, because I feel like I had vintage cards, journaling cards in all of these different colors. So I was right. I found some really oldies but goodies. And then even this one is an old Creative Memories journaling card, and I thought that was perfect. And then this just came from my stash. It was just a library card. When else am I going to use it? I don't tend to have a lot of orange, so I thought this would be the perfect place for it. Okay. And again, I pulled in the border stickers that came with it. I kept the yellow and the orange, and of course it had a green strip, so that's perfect as well. Let me just move all these out of the way. And then I wanted some titles. And this is a promotional item that comes with the Vivid Melodies. If you purchase the bundle, you get these epoxy titles, and they're so super cute. So I put one sheet with this, and spoiler alert, I put one with the Jazberry as well. So, and I'm not saying that I'm only going to use this with the Butterscotch collection. If I'm, have all these out, I will mix and match among the 4 kits as well. I also wanted to mention on these, if you did not get the bundle or do not want to get the bundle, and you still want these great titles, you can get the digital art kit, and all of these titles are in the digital art, and then you can print them out on your cutting machine or even your printer. A lot of these would be easy to fussy cut out directly from your word processing program. Let me show you the embellishments that could be purchased along with this paper pack, as they are just beautiful. These are all laser cut. So they're super pretty. They're thick, but they feel so delicate to me. These leaves are just gorgeous. It's better when it's down here. You can see how it just shows all that detail. These beautiful yellow flowers. And so there are some titles in here as well, and one little journaling card, and they're just gorgeous. They have 3 big ones come with each set. And this one you get the sun and the doily and this beautiful flower border. Okay, I love those. I can't say that enough about this collection. Sorry. It's just so beautiful to me. Okay, so what was my special embellishment that I wanted to add this time? I'm going to add wood veneer. Okay, I wanted a few more titles. So I have plenty of titles to choose from between all of this. So I brought in some titles, and then I brought in some other wood veneer pieces. I brought in some florals and some hearts and some arrows. Okay. I also, as my second embellishment, I brought in some buttons. I thought, oh, I know I had buttons that for some reason this one reminded me of some buttons, so I brought in buttons in different colors. I also put in some die cuts of some leaf punches that I already have, and so I thought, oh, I just want to have these in here to kind of remind me to pull out my leaf punch. And then for my border making cartridge, I picked two, and this is just a snippet of the one. It will print out in a chain, but if you watch my videos, you know I love to take the little camera and then just tuck them in behind different embellishments. This is just my representation of my photography border making cartridge. And for the second one, it's this brand new Sunshine Arches. This one's going to climb to the top of my top 10 favorite border making cartridges because it is so pretty and so delicate looking, but yet it's bigger and it's chunkier than a lot of our border making cartridges. So I love it. I can see a lot of uses for this already. Okay, so that's my border making cartridges. And then I did want to bring in some finishing touches. And so I went with some gems and pearls that I had in my stash. And I have two different packages of them, two different sizes and two different shades of yellows and oranges. And then here's even a brown strip right there. And then as I was looking for my gems, I found these beautiful sequins. I don't know if you could see that in the film, but these are so gorgeous and they match this collection so well. And these I actually won in a contest. So I haven't used them, so I'm very, very excited to give those a try. Okay, so that is my kit for the Butterscotch portion of the Vivid Melodies collection. So let me get my project folder, and I'm going to put all this inside my project folder, and I'll clean this up, and I'll come back, and we'll go on to Jazberry. Hold on. So we're back, and I've laid out the red and pink collection, which is called Jazberry. And as I'm laying this out, I'm thinking, yep, this one is my favorite pack. And every time I lay out a pack, I keep thinking over and over, this is my favorite, this is my favorite. But I guess I just love them all. And so I don't really have a favorite, but this one is just so beautiful. And this is very much like how they set up their Totally Tonal packs earlier this year. But there were only one sheet of each paper in those packs. And then this time they put in two of each one. So that gives us a great variety. What other pattern paper did I pick to go along with this? So of course I brought in some more green. It's basically green, pink, and a little bit of yellow that we see in our pattern papers up in the collection. Okay, so I added a piece. It's the back side of the same green that I added in the Butterscotch. This is from Fresh Focus. And then I brought in the other part of the Cool and Candid collection. I didn't use all of them in the Butterscotch collection, and so I pulled them out for this collection. And you'll see here, I'm kind of leaning toward the more of the aqua sides. Okay, of course I do have the other sides, which will go super great as well, but I feel like aqua also goes super well. Okay, and then I pulled in this one with the cameras, this one again with the stripes, this plaid, and this time I really do like this side of the paper. This was the back of the cameras, but you see how this dark paper, it's almost red as complete black, just really accents the pink and reds. Just like the other kits, I brought in 2 pieces of wood grain paper. And then what did I bring in for the cardstocks? Again, a lot of these are repeats. I brought in white, a brown, or a craft, more of a craft color. Again, I brought in black, but this time I added cranberry. Again, that parakeet shimmer goes so well with the collection. And then I also brought in some goldenrod because I really think it accents this paper, but then just really can go with the majority of the other papers as well. Okay, let me show you what I brought in for matte cards. I tried to stick to a lot of pinks and greens and browns, but if there was yellow, then I was okay with the yellow. And this one is two-sided, could be used either direction. Some pink hearts, not so much that side, so mostly for the pink hearts. Some darker pink, just a solid one. Some green with stars. This one has some pink, green, and white on it. The other side is some speckles, which I really love. I love this side actually more than the pink and green. Some more green, some pink lined ledgers, and then this ledger going the other direction. So of course I had to add some of my vintage journaling cards, so I just brought in a couple different sizes of pink. And then I brought in one last card from my stash because I just thought it went so well with the collection. Okay, so that's the matte cards and the journaling cards. So let's look at the embellishments. So again, I brought in the border stickers that go along with this collection. And like I had mentioned, I brought in the second half of the word phrases and titles. This is the bonus that comes when you buy the bundle. And then for the embellishments, that coordinate and can be purchased along with the paper pack, this is what you would get. Again, they're all laser cut, very, very detailed. These are like a cut file, they can be backed. And then as far as the three larger laser cut, then we have these. This one is just such a beautiful baby pink. And then there's this one that is just so beautiful. And then the two border making cartridges that I'm going to bring in for this set is I'm going to bring in the circles and the cameras. So what was the extra embellishment that I picked from my stash for this set? Well, the first thing I picked was I found another piece of wood veneer, but this one was a darker wood veneer, and for some reason I just thought the darkness of the wood went so well with this collection. But what I pulled in as my special embellishment is puffy stickers. Now this one just got gifted to me. I think it's from Joann's. For this Jazberry set, it would be mostly the ones down here, but you can see these would go with probably the other sets as well, because there's some orange here and some yellow, and then it turns into greens and even blue. So these I think could be used with all four of sections, but I'm going to put it in here with the Jazberry. And since this Jazberry kind of has a heart and love kind of feel, I did bring in some other hearts, 2 different kinds, actually 3 different kinds. Brought in some of these gold ones to bring out some of the yellow. I also brought in a few more title phrases in the gold, and then I just brought in some flowers. Again, these ones could probably be used throughout all 3 collections. One more final heart. So lots of hearts, flowers. That's the motif that I'm going for with this Jazberry collection. Okay, so that's what I put together as my kit for Jazberry. And hold on, and I'll be right back with lime tart. Oops, wanted to pop back on real quickly because when I was putting this kit into my project folder, I realized that I didn't show the finishing touches that I put in this collection. So I wanted to do enamel dots as my finishing touches this time. So I found some cute and dark pink and some light pink shaped enamel dots. And then I got some reds and again some fun shapes, and they're sparkly. So I thought that was really nice. I also added in a few hexagons and some green. So I kind of went with the ones that had more shapes to them. But anyway, just wanted to mention that. I'll put these in my project folder and I'll be right back with lime tart. Okay, so we're here with the final one. So the 4th pack in the Vivid Melodies collection is lime tart, and you'll see all the patterns here. Now earlier I was commenting on how I probably should have just taken this pack and dispersed it among the other 3 and used these as all the green papers in the other 3 kits, but then I started thinking no, I really couldn't have done that because all the patterns would have been the same, and then that would have been boring, right? Because they're all fairly similar. There's a few different ones, like this one has, instead of having petite little flowers, it has just little stems on it, and so I probably would have gotten bored. So I'm really glad I didn't do that and that I gave each kit their own green. Okay, so what did I add for pattern paper in the Lime Tart collection? First thing I did was pulled in my Totally Tonal packs again, and this time I went with the yellow and green duo. So I'm mostly bringing it in for the yellow. There's just a little bit of yellow on a few of our patterns paper in the Lime Tart paper pack, so I kind of wanted to highlight. But of course I do have the greens on the other side, which also would probably go pretty good, but I'm going for more of the yellow. So there's that one. This one, Stripes, has both yellow and green, so that's awesome. This is one of my favorite pieces in this Totally Tonal pack. And then here we're getting into a little bit darker yellow, so now I have options. I could have brighter or darker, and then there's even a darker yellow, which I just absolutely love. This is my favorite piece to go along with my kit there. But then I did something a little bit wild, and I'm very excited about this. So hope you guys like it too. I'm bringing in the Totally Tonal purple and blue set as well. So let's take a look at these. Here's a deep dark purple. Thought that went gorgeous with those greens. Another darker purple with the different design. Then we get into a little bit less purpley, more magenta, a little bit more maroon, and then this one. So I loved that addition of the Totally Tonal blue purple duo set. Let me flip them over so you can see the other sides. I don't like these sides as well to go, I mean, I like them, but not to go with my kit. So I like the deeper rich tones is more of what I'm going for here. And for the cardstocks, you guessed it, I went with white and brown, but this time I also added in a lavender. So I thought that would be very nice, especially maybe as a background or matting the photos. And then I brought in this pale yellow, and then I went for a dark green. So I just thought that would be a great addition as well. So I'm all out of border stickers that could be purchased with the Vivid Melodies. I put one in each of the other three, and it was a 3-pack, so there's one sheet in each. I could always go and pull those, but maybe the yellow ones. Maybe the yellow ones I would pull, but other than that, then I probably wouldn't pull greens and oranges and pinks. But I did want to make sure that I had some border stickers to have in here just for ease of putting a page together or making a layout pop. So I did go into my stash and pull out a few other random pieces. And so I came across this one where I'm mainly going to use it for the yellow. But then I also have these oldies but goodies. I could bring in the leaf still. They're a little bit different shade, but I can also get in some of the darker purple. And then I brought in yellow and green border strips as well. So that's what I'm going to put in place of my border strips. Now let's look at the embellishments that could be purchased to go along with the Vivid Melodies collection. This is the green set. Again, we're seeing, the same type of embellishments. They're laser cut, very detailed. Some of them could be backed with other paper, like a cut file. Again, very gorgeous. And then for the 3 bigger ones that come along with it, in this green set, we get this beautiful ring with some leaves, like a wreath, and this wreath, and then this border strip came with it as well. So that's just gorgeous. And I like that it's a little bit darker, so it would stand out really nice against a lot of those papers. Okay, so let me show you the matte packs the mats that I decided to pull in. So again, I brought in a brown, green, another green, brown and green together. That's nice. This one, another speckled one that I thought was perfect. It has some purple and some yellow. And then this one, then this one was for this side, which is the green, a different shade of green. And then my vintage journaling cards that I brought in, I have this one with some brown. There's a lot of yellow and purple in the flower basket and only a couple that are a little bit lighter shades. So I think that would work. I really love that one. Then of course I brought in yellow and then a brown, a green, and a purple. So I really was able to get in a few different vintage journaling cards with this collection. Okay, so what two border cartridges did I bring in? This new ribbon lace. If you got the Tool Time promotion a couple weeks ago, this was in there, and that's the new one. I just love it, and I punched it in goldenrod just so it can stand out for us. But it's just so delicate looking and just perfect for this collection. And then I brought in the honeycomb because I just feel like this is more of an outdoorsy one, and honeycombs for me tend to scream outdoors. So those are the two that I brought in. For this set, I decided to add in some flowers, and I just went with a variety of colors, greens and yellows, and I tried to get some that have different textures as well. And then I added in some purple ones to go along with that, and some brown ones down here. Some white ones, and all of these have some little glittery touches to them. Purple with green leaves, I love those ones. And then of course I could not go build this kit without putting in my Creative Memories Botanical Burst yellow flower set. So I still have a bunch left. Even though I feel like I've used this a lot, I still have a ton left. For my finishing touches, I decided to bring in some brads. I don't use a lot of brads, and I do have a nice collection of them. I just don't tend to use them very often, but I do love them. And I have a binder that is sorted by color. Of course, this is just in here mainly to remind me I can go pull all the specific colors I need right from my binder. But I also thought, when this pack has not even been opened and sorted into my binder yet, so I thought it was just perfect for this collection because it has the yellow and some green and then some even dark purpley pink down here. And so I thought these would add some great finishing touches to my layouts. And that wraps up my special edition of how I took these Vivid Melody collections and took what was already in the collection, which was an awesome collection all on its own, a little bit of extras from my stash to help keep me interested, keep me going. When I'm ready, all I have to do is pull out my project folder and everything will be stored in there. I won't have to go digging through my stash as much as I normally would if I'm building a layout. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click that like button. I really appreciate that. And also let me know in the comments if this is something that we should continue to do. Should I start doing this with some newer collections as they come out? I'd love to hear your feedback and let me know what you think. And also, if you're looking for a Creative Memories advisor, I would love to help you out with that. All my information is going to be linked down below. I'll have my Creative Memories website listed there, as well as my email. If you want to get in touch with me, that would be great, and we can talk more. And if you already have a Creative Memories advisor, then of course, please purchase from them. Okay, so until next time, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.